My ear hurt. All right, everybody. Give me 1 second and I am coming. Just need to go grab me a spoon for my applesauce. That's my favorite treat. Yes, I'm about to eat some applesauce. Don't judge me. Everybody loves applesauce. I don't know why. If you're saying you don't, you're lying. Get everything together, and I'm coming on camera in just a second. See what's going on in the world today. Okay. Give me one moment. All right. I'm here, y'all. Let's see. Hey. How y'all doing today? I am wonderful. I am great. Thank you for asking. If anybody asked. So I'm on here because the reason why I be going live, y'all, and not just creating content is because one, I'm not good at editing. Well, I haven't tried editing, let's be honest. But two is because I don't know how to share my screen with you guys while I'm talking. Yes, I know I have on two different earrings. I couldn't find this other one, so I just threw this one on. What? Like it's never been done before. And then like this one actually kind of hurt. I don't know why. Probably because I haven't worn them in a long time. I have so much jewelry, you guys. It is ridiculous. And the back seems like it's just really tight. I got these from Aldo. I love them. I'm just gonna put that in there and just leave the back off. This is the back. Isn't that so cute? I know. But anyway. So as you can see by the title, we're coming to talk about the black father and the black mother and the black family as a unit. What I want to know is, because I look at all these blogs and stuff and all these guys on the black manosphere and save yourself black being, SYSBM and all that, and I noticed that everybody always blames the government for destroying the black family. Oh, the black family destroyed by the government. The government called the black family. The black family, the black family, the black family. But I'm saying if you know all this happened. Do I have it on backwards? Okay. If you know all this happened, right, and if you know that the government attacked the black family, the government doesn't do anything in vain. It's for a reason, right? Then why doesn't the black family still exist? The Moynihan Report came out in 1965. There were other things that came out prior to that talking about the black family. I even found a documentary on black poverty and the destruction of black family created by a black person on HyJack News. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, HyJack News, HYZ. I'm gonna go to this channel so you can see, so you can subscribe. But on there, and I'm like, okay, so why is there still a black family? All these black men know this is what happened. This destroyed us, and this messes up economically, socially, etc., etc. And they blame everything on the destruction of the black family, but yet there is no surge of black families. Like, what the fuck? And even the few black men, of the 26% of black men that do get married, overwhelmingly a number of them are married to engaging in interracial relationships and interracial coupling. So they are procreating with women of no color in the dominant society, and they're still not creating a black family. Okay, so you're one of the fathers who is not an absentee father. You're actually in the home raising your kid, but you're not doing it with a black woman, so that doesn't count as a black family. So again, the black family is still destroyed. So it's like we want to know, okay, so what destroyed the black family? Was it the end of anti-miscegenation laws? We can't say it was welfare because we all know welfare was a response to an absentee father as opposed to a reason to create an absent father. You know, it's not like someone put you out the house just so they can go get TANF. No, they got TANF because you left the house. You know what I mean? They got because you know when welfare first started, I think I'm gonna do a separate video on welfare, because when it first started, it was for white women, and it was like back in the 1800s when men were just walking out of their house and just leaving and not coming back, and then women were just as trifling, you know, and they would just give their children away. You know, if you look at this video called Secret Daughter, she was given away, but she still was kissing her white mama ass. So it's kind of like I don't know what's a good analogy that everyone could understand, even men. Roaches, right? I ain't got them. I'm just saying this is something that you understand. So you know, you own this house, and roaches are demolishing it. They're putting little black things everywhere. You don't like roaches. No one likes roaches. You know what I mean? So, and you know roaches have ruined the value of your home. And you can't lease it out for as much as you want because it's so infested with roaches. So if you know that roaches are affecting your money, then why haven't you gotten rid of the roaches? So you know not having a family unit is destroying your community, yet there is no family. Now, I thought about this. There's a couple of reasons why the black family has not rebuilt itself. Number one, men don't care to. They're not raised on the concept of family because, and this is weird to me because I read this one book that a friend of mine, she was taking psychology, and it was more like a pamphlet because I'm not into psychology. Like I told you, I took psychology class like every black person do when they get to college. But as soon as they got the frequency of math, I was gone. Nature versus nurture, I was cool with that. But as soon as they got to this math and measuring frequency, I was like, oh, bro, I'm out. I'm good. I started studying politics. No math. Nowhere. I'm mad. I'm laughing, laugh with me. So, you know, and I found out that in the disenfranchised communities, because that's where it happens at the most, I found that a lot of times guys don't value family because they don't value women. The reason why they don't value women or another woman is because their mothers are too involved in their lives. It allowed me to elaborate. And I'm not talking about just like mama's boys, period. You know, even though this is quintessentially what it creates when your mother's so involved in your life. So a son will have a girlfriend, a long-time girlfriend, a living girlfriend, whatever stage of relationship they're on. But he'll still go to his mom for everything. And then the mom will be there. He'll come and say, Mama, I'm hungry. Instead of her saying, don't you got a gal? She ain't cooked. Like, go to her house or whatever you got going on. You know, she'll feed him. If he says, Mom, I'm sick, and she be like, well, don't you got a girlfriend at home? Aren't you married? Aren't you engaged? Or whatever you got going on. Let your wife take care of you. You know what I mean? You know, they say a son is a son till he gains a wife, and a daughter's a daughter for life. Actually, in the black community, that saying is backwards. A son is a son for life, and a daughter is a daughter till you put her ass out and say she better go be a strong black woman. You know? It's like you're supposed to coddle your daughters, women, and let your sons go off and be men. So with you being such a dependable woman in their life, they don't seek a dependable woman because they feel like they got that. So they hit them streets to go find them a fake daddy to influence them. And even the Moynihanreport that y'all love to reflect on says that no matter how good you raise your sons, once you go outside with them other nigglets, and didn't say that, but that's what they meant. With the other Negroes, they have the tendency to be negatively influenced, right? So it's like mothers are their sons' girlfriends. You are your son's wife. Like, he is married to you. So he doesn't value the importance of another woman doing his laundry, cleaning his house, you know, cooking for him and stuff like that because he knows mommy's gonna do it. You know, so that's one reason that I find that's why there is not a surge in black families because, quite frankly, the mamas won't back off, so these guys can't value another woman enough to have a family with her. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's because she was left a single mother and she was left behind. A lot of black women exploit their sons to take care of them because no man ever did and ever would. You know, so and stuff like that. So Another thing I find that's causing the decline or not having a surge in black families is that, quite frankly, how can I put it? Women are have to focus on not falling off until they don't have time to create children. A lot of time when women, especially women in academia, get pregnant, it was definitely an accident or some dude trying to trap them because they know they're gonna have a lot of money one day. A trap baby. That's something that these men got trap babies. Wait, stop, don't laugh. So a lot of times, because you know how to say that the women are raised different from the men. So the women are being raised with the mentality that the men should have. You got to be a go-to. You got to go out there and get it. Don't depend on nobody for no handout. Go out there and get it on your own. Get it. You know, those are the things that you're supposed to be instilling in your boys. Instead, you're instilling in your daughters, and you're holding your sons close to your bosom, and you pushing your daughters away. I feel like you should push both of them motherfuckers away. Both of them got to go out there and stand tall and get it how they live. You know what I mean? But anyway, so we make our daughters so focused on academia and stuff like that, so you can't focus on family because, quite frankly, they don't want to be a single mom like their mom. They don't want to be left out in the cold like their mom. So they're not in a rush to create a family because they feel like if they do, they're going to be raising their family on their own. You see what I'm saying? So why be in such a rush to create a family when we know that 9 times out of 10 the man is not going to be there and we're going to be on our own? So we have to make sure we have our money together. We have to make sure we have our stuff together. And then if we do go out there and get pregnant and raise this child on our own, we're good. We done graduated college. We got this degree and that degree. We can take care of this child by ourselves with or without you. And unfortunately, this is a lesson that men taught to women time and time. That the man not abandoned them and left them to their own recognizance and left them to figure it out. You know what I mean? What's up, Doja Cat? Hi, a lot of black men don't believe in marriage. It's not even so much as marriage. It's that and I do agree with you. A lot of black men. It's not that they don't believe in marriage; they don't value marriage. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why that is not valued is because they don't value having a counterpart. They don't value having a woman in their life. Like I said, they still on a mama titty. Most black men are mama's boys, especially in disenfranchised communities. And this is happening for 2 reasons. One, she ain't never had no man that love her and gonna protect her like her son. Unfortunately, her son is the first man to ever love her and protect her. And for men, this is the first woman they ever loved. And I saw this thing on I don't know what I was looking at, but I saw this thing that said a man's first love is his mother. No. A man's first love should not be his mother. Your first love should be the first girl you kissed and made love to. That is your first love. Your first love is not your mother. You know, what kind of sick, demented, twisted shit is that? That's the first woman ever to carry you and ever loved you wholeheartedly and unconditionally, supposedly. But that's not your first love. That's not the first woman that you're in love with. And if your first love is your mother and you have this affectionate affinity for her, then no wonder you are out here creating all these baby mamas because you already got a woman that you are deeply in love with. You know? And that's your mom. You know, and that's really, really, really sad. You know what I'm saying? Your mom gets accredited for being your first love, but that first girl that was there for you, that was down for you, that kissed you, that first had sex with you, that first had stuff with you, that first rolled with you, that you first licked on, and she first, you know, on, all that woman is relegated to what? What is she? She's not your first love? Still by you when you were in college or in jail, whichever route you took. She's not your first love? Your mom is? Your mother? That might be your best parent. That might be your favorite parent. But your first love should be that first woman that you were in love with. And it shouldn't be your mom. And that's why there's a deficit in black families in the black community. To be honest, I'm not really too high on the horse on marriage because what does marriage get you? It just gets you to say, oh, he's my husband. Like, most of the time they don't have any wealth to pass down, nothing but debt. So it's like when he died, what you gonna get? I know If you're a black couple and you guys have stocks, bonds, property, a lot of material wealth and things like that, then you should get married, because you don't want your mother or your sister to come and say, oh, I'm really the next of kin, and take everything from your family. You know what I mean? Or come into the hospital and make life-changing decisions for you while you're on your deathbed, when your longtime girlfriend already know what you want. You know what I mean? So, anywho, I honestly feel like there is no black family, because and let me propose a question real quick. How can a fatherless child have fatherless children? You know, I don't understand that. I don't understand how you can create this child with someone and then the relationship not work, and then get either pushed out of this child life or leave this child life. You know, I don't understand how someone could push you out of a child's life. You know what I mean? Because quite frankly, I'm going to fight tooth and nail to be in my child's life. You know, if I was the custodial parent or whatever. I know girls that have had CPS cases and stuff like that, and they fought tooth and nail, to get their children back. That's the dishwasher, if anybody's wondering, okay? And fought tooth and nail to get their children back. So, I really don't understand the concept of the custodial parent being able to push the non-custodial parent out. You know, me, I just never been like that. Whatever, he got another girlfriend, oh well. But that's because I'm no longer in love with the person I procreated with. And a lot of you young ladies got to get over your emotions, get over your feelings, and allow these guys to be fathers. But that's neither here nor there. So, even though there was a rapid decline, and people blame the government for the. Let's go look. I want y'all to see something. It should have came right up. Oh, I put DY. I just realized that. Y'all know I'm a pecker, not a typer. Okay, let's see here. Where is that video? Here it is. Okay, the welfare state has destroyed black family and black communities. So, what I want you guys to understand is that this is the channel I was trying to show y'all earlier. CynthiaG News and Films. Hezekiah. Okay, so this one is rather long, but I want you to look at this. I'm going to see if I can fast forward to...
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you don't plan to get married. Why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down, because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you? Were your friends impressed?
A lot of, everybody was telling me, that, she looked just like me, and, she is kind of cute, kind of pretty. I was like, make me feel good.
Sure. Do many of them have babies?
That seems like that's all my baby doing if I ain't making babies and stuff.
Does she love you?
She's going crazy about me.
Tell me, why don't you get married?
Well, see, I'm old-fashioned. I want a big wedding. That's that. And,
you want a big
my uncles and my aunts, they all had their little tuxedos, and I'm going to have mine too.
I thought you were going to say to me, because I can't afford to at the moment.
Oh, that ain't it. Because I'm going to find me something. I'm going to get something. You see, I'm strong in that spot.
When?
Find something. Never. I keep on trying. I don't never give up.
You know, you feel very responsible for your children, and Timothy doesn't. What does that say?
Sometimes I think like,
I'd get very mad if I were a mother.
Man, I bet she was just like her daddy.
oh, I get angry. But getting angry isn't gonna solve anything. And then sometimes
I'm gonna have to come back and find it, maybe in a part 2, because I haven't watched this video in a very long time. You see, it didn't even have a red line on it, so it's been a long time since I watched it. So let's go back here. Where am I? So I don't want this video to not be too long. I just want to ask, like, if we know that the black family was destroyed and it had detrimental impacts on the black community, then why do we not have a surge of black families? Like, if even those SY save yourself black men, there's a lot of black people in this space, in this YouTube space, that say the black family was destroyed. It's the black family this, the black family that, the black, but none of them have black families. You know, like even this guy on that video that I was just watching, about absentee fathers. Hello, I want to show you something. The myth of absentee fathers, it's like, how was it a myth when we're all growing up, and how many of y'all have fathers? Like, come on. It's not a myth. So these guys are talking about the black family.
We tend to have a distorted view of what needs to happen.
So what's the solution? Well, here's what...
This flashlight can burn
No, I'm not
through
going to pay the
anything.
$4 a month. I really
Cardboard.
skip my ad.
Plastic.
Dixon and Wallace had to say.
The main way that the media
Okay.
perpetuates stereotypes and
So this guy,
racist
right?
tropes
He's talking about
is
racist tropes
accidentally. I
in
think
the
the people
black
who are in the
family, and
decision-making room-
black fathers are the most active in black children's lives. But his name is Corvell Wallace. This is who he's married to. So he's in an interracial marriage and raising biracial kids because a white woman cannot give birth to a black person. And he's talking about the absentee black father. Like, you're an absent black father only because you're a father that's absent from the black community. You're not in the black community raising children. You know? And we all know when these men marry and copulate interracially that they don't come back to the black community. They move, they ingratiate themselves in the culture and everything. I had a very handsome guy I went to high school with, Brian. He married a Hispanic woman, and now his family hardly ever sees him. You know, he's all in the Hispanic side. You know, with her people. He's ingratiated himself in their culture. I follow his whole family on Instagram. We don't see Brian in none of the pictures. So, anyway, I didn't want to ramble on. And then there's another guy on here talking about the same thing. Now, I couldn't find a wife for him. Y'all heard that? I couldn't find a wife for him at all, so I don't even know if he's married. And then a third thing that I found out that I find is that a lot of times they blame the woman. And I think it's weird because when we're talking about absentee fatherism or the lack of the black family, or the fact that the black family still doesn't exist after complaining about it since, now we can go way back since before the 60s, but we're going to say since the 60s, they have known that the black family was in shambles, that was crumbling. And then in the mid-60s, the Moynihan Report came out reflecting those facts. And then in the 70s, it's like, you know, they want to blame feminism and stuff like that, but all of that was after the black family had been destroyed. So why do we not see an influx? We have traditional women out here willing to be, you know, in these black families, but we don't have the traditional men that's willing to be in these black families. Or we have these non-traditional women who were not raised in families, who feel like they have to be able to survive on their own. You know what I mean? But for a man, they have to be able to survive on their own regardless of what man comes in or out of their lives. So they're not creating black families. You know what I mean? Like, it make sense. It's like you can't complain about, oh, the government destroyed the black family, and like, so if the government destroyed it, you know it has to be important to our culture, to our community, to our economic health, to our mental health. We all know this, right? Yet and still, we're not creating it. And it doesn't make sense to not create something that you know you need. You know, you can't have, and they say, you know, why the black community hasn't rebuilt. You know, CynthiaG would say, well, man, what are you building? What are you building? Let me say something. The black community will never be rebuilt economically or socially until there is a family. There has to be an abundance of families in one area for it to even be a community. Not only does it have to have a hospital, a school, and a grocery store to be a functioning community, there has to be not people in it, but families in it. There has to be families. You know? Okay, like even in the disenfranchised community, a dude that have 2 or 3 baby mamas, we get it. You know, unfortunately that's to be expected. But it's like they don't want to settle down and get wives until the dick barely work. They're barely equipped for sex. They have no stamina. You know, at that point in time, baby, you need a CNA. You don't need a wife. You know what I'm saying? Well, you could sling that iron. You wasn't trying to get married. You was trying to sleep around with everybody. You know what I mean? And now that you 40, 45, not 50, you know, now you want to settle down and like, come on, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then some of you guys are in these relationships for 15. I know one guy, he's been with his girlfriend for 20 years and she's still his girlfriend. He called me the other day. They broke up. I saw him go home. 20 years, ain't no breaking up. Like, how could that be a breakup and not a divorce? Y'all got kids. Y'all been together 20 years. Go home. I just told him go home. Call me when you get there. And I even called her and said, girl, he coming home. I don't know what y'all arguing over, but y'all need to quit. I mean, he's my friend, but, you know, of course, she can't be with somebody 20 years and me not know her. That's why I called him. I was like, I don't know what y'all tripping out. Y'all need to stop. Because he ain't coming over here. I told him to go home. She out crying and stuff. It's in the middle of the night. I'm tired. I've been working all day. Look, girl. You accepted the long-term girlfriend thing. I'm not doing that. It's like the way we create relationships in the black community is backwards. A man feels like he can put a woman through the ringer and put her through so many things and put her through this tumultuous relationship. And if she makes it to the end, then that's who you're supposed to be with. No. The one that you're supposed to be with is the one that you don't want to put through all of that. The one you don't want to hurt. The one you do care about. The ones whose feelings that you respect. The one who respect you enough as a man to come and talk to you about how they feel, and the ones you respect enough as a woman to come and talk to her about how you feel. You know what I'm saying? The people that you can speak with and talk to and be there for. That's who you create a relationship with. And it's like people go out into the world and you have this world of men telling other men, hey, sleep around, dibbling this, dibbling that, do this, do that, be wild, and just slang it everywhere. No. That's not what happens, because then in case y'all don't understand biology, that male libido weakens the more you use it. The reason why you have older guys that can really keep up and really are passionate is because one, they didn't use all their goods their whole life, messing with 100 women. You know what I mean? So I just feel like there is what is it when it's backwards? We're teaching, it's like the way that we're teaching our children is not conducive to a family. And it's like your parents didn't grow up in a family. Your parents' parents probably was, your grandparents' family, probably the only family you've ever seen. But men like your grandfather don't exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? And the women like your grandmother are single because they all want women like your wild auntie. You know, some people have to raise themselves. You know, the mama was wilding because the daddy left and you know, she needed confident company. So she went out there in them streets or she had to go to work. Either way go, she wasn't at home and the daddy wasn't there. So now why would you want to have that same circumstance? You know what I'm saying? Where you know how deeply impacted a child is when the mother has to go to work and we can't focus on school, academics, hobbies. We can't focus on none of that stuff. None of it. So we have these half-developed children because we were not able to nurture them the way we were supposed to. You know what I mean? And people think that, oh, you're not working, you ain't doing it. We got to have a 50-50 household and all. People don't understand the actual role of a mother and how important it is psychologically. You know, women ain't just trying to stay at home because they don't want to work. Like, it is very important and very crucial, especially now when the child gets 14, 15, maybe she can go to work, maybe 13, 14, you know, but to be honest with you, it is so critical to have that person at home to help that child develop. And you wonder why there's a deficit in mental health in the black community because there was no one there to nurture it. There's an old time argument in psychology, nature versus nurture. I was so into it because it made me really look at the type of environment that we are growing up in the world today. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what, like a woman could teach her son to be a provider, to be a protector, to be the best man out there, to only be with one woman. But then when he go out there in the streets at home, be like, that's lame. You only want one girlfriend? Well, you can mess with all these hoes? Oh, you lame, bro. You better get out there and fuck who you can, why you can. Like, you know, so that they can have undue influence by the rest of the community, you know? But if the rest of the community, that's why family is important. If the rest of the community thought the same way, just imagine if everybody, close your eyes. Close them. All of y'all, all three of y'all, close your eyes. And imagine one black community, one neighborhood, one hood, one ghetto, where everybody was raised in a family. Do you know what that would look like? Do you know what the mindset of all the boys would be different because they will all be out there looking at these nice, tight pieces of ass as future wives and not pieces of ass. Oh, they be looking at her like, man, I'm going to marry her one day. Nah, man, I'm going to smash her. You see what I'm saying? When you are sexually attracted to someone to that point, to every time you see them, your dick get hard, that's not somebody you smash. That's somebody that you get to know. You know? Y'all. And then y'all do so much and so much of this premature until y'all don't even know what passion is. A woman don't know what passion feels like, and a man don't know how to give it. It's crazy. Like, if you've been having sex with someone and you have never licked them here and, you know, and you just suck on the nipple a little bit, you supposed to put that whole thing in there. And, like, you know what I mean? Wet it up. Slob it up. Like, get in there. Like, no. Y'all just, like, and then y'all wonder why, like, y'all not getting that throughout the whole thing because there's no passion. Eventually, she's gonna find somebody else to sleep with. Like, come on. Like, y'all telling these boys to go out there and sleep with everybody and smash everything, but y'all not really talking to them about the art of sex. That's what happens in a family. The art of making love, the passion, the sloppy toppy kisses, like, y'all not teaching that. Y'all just telling your sons, oh, he gonna be a heartbreaker. He gonna be fine and he gonna go out there and the women are doing it too. Like, your mom girlfriend first love that you can't have sex with, like, she's like doing her part to have this same degradation mindset in our men. You know, and it's like men control marriage. Men control whether or not you're a family or not. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Because women aren't packing up by and large, just leaving their relationship unless there's mitigating circumstances with their child. They're not leaving. The men are leaving. And that's because they always have somewhere to go, which is money. You don't put them out, tell them not to come back after college like they do the girls. You know? And it's just really sad. You know, there's never going to be a surge in the black family if we do not create it. We've been complaining about it for the last 50 years. Like, come on, people was complaining about not having a black family in my mother's year. You know what I mean? My mama was born in 1958. You know, in during her lifetime. You know what I'm saying? During her lifetime, just complaining about it. My dad was born in 1950. Same thing, just complaining about the demolishing of the black family. Amos Wilson was complaining about it. Carter Woodson was complaining about it. Frances Cress Wilson, she also talked about y'all mama Shazara Ali. All of them are talking about the destruction of the black family in many different ways. It's Dick Gregory, and I've named people throughout the decades up until present day, Umar and them. Everybody's complaining about there not being a black family, but then they don't have one. Umar Johnson is a baby daddy. Tariq Nasheed is married to a white woman. Everybody want to complain about the destruction of the black family, but nobody has one. How can you complain about something and not have one? Like me, I was complaining about paying rent. I got tired of paying rent. Fuck that. I want a mortgage. This shit is cheaper. You know? You paying them the $2,000 a month in rent when you pay $1,200 in a mortgage and be paying to own something. I don't understand how we keep complaining as a people about something, but no one is willing to do anything. How do you grow up without a father and then have children that grow up without a father? That's crazy. That is crazy. How do you present? How does that present in your mind? That doesn't affect your mentality negatively? I'm just asking. I'm asking the questions y'all want answers to. Y'all know there was a destruction of it, yet in the last 100 years, no one has started to rebuild it. No one. And then the few black, there's in Texas, there's a black Mecca, so to say. You know, it's just an all black neighborhood in the suburbs, but their kids go to white schools, and then they get with white girlfriends. So that's still not creating a black family. You might be a black family, but then you're raising your children around white people, and then they have an affinity for that, and they grow to worship it, especially when they're being given this westernized education around all these white people. They're starting to glorify it and think that it's better, and then they bring home Becky Sue and Tammy Lynn to your house, and then they have white children, and you have white grandchildren and white great-great-grandchildren, because we all know biracials, by and large, procreate white with the dominant parent. So there it is again. Still not building. We don't have generational wealth, but everybody complain about generational wealth when they don't have nobody to pass it to. How can you create? Where's the generational wealth gonna go? Where's it gonna go? You don't have no family, so there can't be generational wealth without a family. People always complain about this economic disaster, and it's uneven and it's unfair. But if you had generational wealth, where would it go? Baby daddy, who's inheriting your shit? Really, who? Out of all three of your baby mamas, which one of them? Just the eldest kid? Because then the law has to get involved. What you leaving them? Your job, your slab, your rims, your beat? What you leaving them? Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all misappropriate y'all funds and don't have nothing to do with y'all, don't know what to do with y'all money because y'all don't have no woman that's there thinking with you. 2 miles are greater than one. I'm about to end this video, but I just want to say this one last thing. 2 miles are better than one. I know it. Just like y'all want this 50-50 relationship, you pay this, I pay this. If 2 incomes is better than one, then what the fuck? What you think about 2 minds? Like, are you serious? I had this one guy named Tyrone. Tyrone, yeah, I smashed, of course, you know. Not the point. This is a few years ago. Tyrone was like, what you bring to the table? I hate when men ask me that. Like, are you like that? You're a man. Like, before I could even ask him, like, what he do, you know, is he still a crane operator? And because I've been knowing him for like years, forever. You know, we went to middle school together. I've known him all my life almost. So before I could even get to him and say, you know, are you still a crane lift operator? You know, do you still do this and blah 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 blah? What you bring to the table? What bitch? What? Wait. Like the hypergamy of it all. The fuck? So I just thought it was mad weird. So long story short, we got into it, and I was telling him, I said, man, that's why you ain't got no woman at home anyway. I cussed. I ain't gonna lie. I said, I can tell you ain't got no bitch, nigga, cause your house is dirty. You bathe you know, like dirty, like you can tell a woman. It was straightened up. It wasn't clean. Your house is dirty. You bathe at Irish Springs, and you got hamburger helper in your cabinet, nigga. I could tell you ain't got no bitch, nigga. You at work right there without no lunch. Fuck you talking about? Like, get out of my face with all that. I don't like that. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like when men come at me in feminine fashions. I don't like that. I like super masculine men. I don't like men that wear skinny jeans. I like masculine macho men. You know what I mean? I don't like the faggotry. I don't like men that carry purses. I don't care if you got 10 grand in it and a pistol. I got a purse. You can throw that in here. I'm gonna hold it for you. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So you ask me what I bring to the table. Meanwhile, you at work with no lunch. Your house, you bathing with Irish Springs. None of your towels match. Your house has no bleach touched it. Your house is only straightened up. Your blanket and your sheets don't none of that shit match. Like you got a slab, but you living in a ragged ass apartment on the east side. You know what I'm saying? But you got beaten rims on your Cadillac. Come on, man. Like it's giving very much. It's giving very much. You need me. But you want to know what I bring to the table? A table? Because you ain't even got that. Stop. But the reason is, again, these young men in the black community are not raised with a sense of importance and valueship when it comes to a woman. You see, these guys see a fine ass girl and they be like, oh, I'm gonna smash her. Instead of, oh, I'm gonna gal her. I'm gonna get to know her. She's too fine. I got to know who she is. I got to know her favorite color. You know what I mean? Stop it. I wish all these quote unquote macho men and good men would get all these dusty ass men out of our community. But no, you're not doing it because you think like them too. You know? If the government thought that the black family was so important to destroy it, then I think it's worth rebuilding. Why haven't they rebuilt the black community? Bitch, a community is a bunch of families. You know what? Let me show you. Let's define community. Oh, wow. Why is every time I look up something gay shit come up? That is so weird. Oh, okay, that's why. I was on news. I must have been some gay news. A group of people living in the same place and had particular characteristics in common. Come on. And when it comes to a group of people, groups of families, come on. What are the 4 types of communities? Let's look. It's like we're not. I thought it was gonna be straight bullet points, but it's like we're not teaching families to families. Like how dare us not be raised in a family? How dare you not be raised in a family, not have your daddy in a home, and then be another nigga out here that don't have a family? How dare you? How dare you just sleep with her unprotected because she fine, because she got some good stuff, and then when she get pregnant, y'all don't become a family unit? Or how dare you continue to mess with her knowing that you don't like her like that just because her stuff is good? Knowing what could come up out of it. Like, stop listening to these men and then at some point you gotta develop deductive reasoning and realize what's right and what's wrong. You know? Like these poor millennials. These poor Gen X's, whatever generation we in now, it's like they have no idea about family. 80% of them was not raised in a family. 80% of the black portion of Gen X was not raised in a family. And nobody but black women have a problem with that. None of our men think it's something wrong with that. That is crazy. At the risk of sounding redundant, I say it again. If the government sought so hard because they blame the government for the destruction of the black family, not that your daddy just said, I'm going to get some cigarettes and never came back. I'm going to get some milk and never came back. Like, not abandonment, not willful actions of your own, but the government did it. Okay? Because I feel like if the government destroyed it, then we would have been put it back together. But if you willfully partook in the destruction of it, then I can see why it's no longer a black family. Like if you honestly abandoned it and come from a generation of abandonment and not government interference, but abandonment, I can see why there's no black family. But if it was just the government that did it, the government also created redlining, but there's a whole bunch of black women out there that's buying houses. There's a whole bunch of, there's a surge in black ownership in homes. They create the suburbs to get away from your black ass, but yet we took a lot of their suburbs and turned them into black ghettos, or, through our time, of course. But we moved there in those white suburbs, they didn't want us there. But they don't want us to have a family, and we can't do that. Like, what the fuck? We'll fight redlining and corrupt banking system and all this and all that, but fuck those. We're not going to rebuild those families. And you wonder why the black community is always going to be in shambles? It's because there are no families in the community. There are no families, so there is no one to counteract the degradable behavior that's going on here. You know what I'm saying? Like the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the baby daddies, the derelicts, the degenerates. There's nothing to offset them. There's no dude that say, man, you just slip at every girl at school, but dog, that's lame, man. Now what if you get all them girls pregnant? Then what you gonna do, John? There's no people that think like that in the community. Everybody think what John is doing is cool, sleeping with everybody, because that is what the community looks like. So there's no civil-minded people. Let me show you what comes from having a family, particularly having a father in the home. All of this benefit. Have better health, healthier relationships. Come on. Have better emotional control, have better physical health, because growing up without a family is stressful on the child. It is stressful on the child. You don't want to bother your mom because she's tired, she's been at work all day, but you need answers, you need help, but you're scared to go to her because she probably did strong because she's been at work all day. Leave me alone, or she drunk because she's lonely and she go out all the time. Come on, man, there's side effects to not having a family. Are less likely to become addicted to drugs. We all know weed was an escape for kids in the 2000s and the 1990s for the bad dysfunctional families we grew up in. Are more likely to feel safe and confident. Have better odds in academic success. Yeah, because your mama there. To help you, guide you through school, to help you with your projects, to be there for you. She ain't have to be at work all day. more likely to stay out of trouble. Yeah, because your mama is still there to police your ass, and then when she gonna tell your daddy. Everybody was scared that I'm gonna tell your daddy, the ones that had him. Reduce the cost in policing, criminal justice, and incarceration. Like, at some point, we're gonna have to get it together, y'all. Like, if you know the government destroyed it, why haven't you rebuilt it? It's been what, 200 years? They've been complaining about it just even in my lifetime, even in my mother's lifetime, my grandparents' lifetime. Like, y'all, it was always an issue. It was always an issue. All right, y'all. I hope you guys understood where I was coming from. Let's see how long we've been on, because I was the only one to be on here 30 minutes. What we doing? How do you tell? Is there like a minute counter somewhere? So, oh, there it is, right there. I see it, 50 minutes. Hey, so it's only 20 minutes over. Y'all know I'll be talking. So, I'm going to get off of here, and I will come back. Y'all make sure y'all watch the playback. I want y'all to go back and take a look at everything. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, because I love you guys. I'm Nikki. This is blaquespan. I'm out. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I go live, because y'all know I like sharing my screen, so I'll be going live. I'm going to try to get like Zoom or something like that and learn how to work it. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Remember, if the government fought tirelessly to destroy it, then maybe it's worth us rebuilding. And why haven't we? Blaquespan, and I'm out.